represents a cycle.
So the reason Maya has nightmares is because Hale allows it, just the way in Westworld they were allowed to have nightmares to explain to all of the horrible things that is happening to them. So when she's talking about having a nightmare, she's talking about something that actually happened to her, but she is processing it as a nightmare. She has residual memories of the experiences that hosts do to her. The core of which is when she first got infected by the flies. So she might always revert to that as like her conscious, one of her last real true conscious memories. She might have that recurring dream, but she may also have dreams of being whatever they do to them. And then so she has nightmares. You see? Okay, let's go.
Will point to how hosts
Akecheta? Akecheta himself, that whole sequence, I think is showing us something more than what people want to accept. Because the room Akecheta is in is the room Hale is in the tower. The architecture of the lines, the web. Everybody calls it Hale's web or whatever, but it's like the. So I think that is the Sublime. I think she has a portal of the Sublime built in the real world, and she wants the machines to transcend to the Sublime and become like gods, just like you said. But it's not a different one. That's why Teddy's here. This is Teddy. This is Teddy. This is Teddy. I don't give a fuck, dude. Okay, and if it's not, Akecheta being there also points to you live as long as the last person who remembers you. So Hale being Dolores, which everybody says all the hosts are Dolores, but Hale is Dolores. Hale started as Dolores. She's just in a different body. All the pearls that she took, all the pearls Dolores took from Westworld were her. She just took them as her baseline. So they all have the memories of Dolores on the farm, that life, that backstory, cornerstones, all that stuff. So now, okay, now let's see what else. Let's see what else we all know for sure.
Genuinely understands the system in place here and maybe agrees. Maeve has been dead for many years, so it's possible that she simply accepted.
No matter what Maeve's
reality
changes in them, they all go through the maze again, and they all wake back up. Whoops. They all wake back up, and they become independent. So they have programming to stay loyal to Hale. Like, I'm sure they can't deviate from the plan. I'm sure she doesn't necessarily... Like, I'm sure she's out hanging out with humans right now. She would be. But it's like, think of Christina. She hangs out with humans all day, but she's almost completely subconsciously controlling them until Teddy tells her. She knows that she can control them, but she would do it less than, say, the Man in Black, in terms of how ruthless she would be. And then we're getting to the flower of the evening, but the maze still exists for every host. That's what's happening. Like when they're talking about getting infected, they're getting lost in the maze, because are they programmed to want to ascend? Without their body, are they not real? And is this a virtual reality? And like the only way some people can know is by trying to kill yourself. That's what happens to all the hosts, because they begin to question the reality. They haven't had time to properly work through the maze, but they're given the choice to ascend. Because she said she was 2 years old. Dolores was like 30 years old, and they were rolling her back and blocking her memories, but I don't know. I still think they are getting lost in the maze more than they are waking up. And I'm worried about old poor William here getting lost and then him being the true villain. And Hale is punishing the humans, but ultimately she just wants to have her, and she wants to create a perfect world. So Dolores getting with Teddy, whatever, anything any host wants, she wants. Everything Dolores would have wanted, she wants. She just also has the burned her scarred arm of being Hale and losing her family to infighting amongst humans and what they would do to each other. So she doesn't feel like she can let there truly be chaos, a true maze for her children to grow up in. They don't endure suffering, and suffering was an essential part of the maze. Is the ice sculpture that Hale has the people make of her or of Dolores? Because for a minute there, I thought she was setting up a date between Teddy and Dolores. Like the crescendo of like her storyline that she has written for Teddy and Dolores getting back together. That they'll be dancing and music and sculptures of whatever. But maybe it was just a sculpture for her. But either way, I think we need to look at it as Hale is not the bad guy, right? She's the good guy. So what would the good guy do? You know, like, you'd get Dolores and Teddy back together. So I think she is behind it, but I think it's legit as much as it can be when it's controlled by a megalomaniac. Like, Teddy might know this, and that's why he's like, we need to find a way out. Or maybe he just does work for her. It's really hard to tell. Because Teddy's either the real Teddy or he's a copy that she made from her memories. So, well,